your university is one of the preeminent research universities. How do you manage this conflict, if there is a conflict, between pioneering, curiosity-driven research on the one hand, and also meeting the needs of industry? Is this something that you think Turkey will struggle with as these kind of collaborations become more commonplace?
Yes.
Actually, it's not really a conflict in that sense. It's more like the strength.
Mm-hmm.
So when there are two powers, you get sort of a power generator.
Yeah.
If you could then have a free basic sciences who could freely do the research, and some of them, if under a certain umbrella and protection, can go to industry-driven research, then both can go side by side. It's all under the protection of the university, and for that, for this industry-driven area, we are designing technology transfer offices and also the Technopark and a certain project that we will be pioneering in Turkey. So we will be protecting those guys.
Yeah.
And it will not be a problem because our Health Sciences Institute, for instance, to give you an idea, does research already which needs to be already announced to a topic. So the freedom of the student is to choose professors with already existing projects. The project is there, but the student has the freedom to fill in, of course, differently.
Yeah.
But the main topic remains there. And because, especially in a condition with ethical concerns and such, you have to have already these permissions, which goes months, and the equipment and everything. The professor gets these, secures all of these, and puts them on a list approved by all of these committees, and then the student comes. So that saves like 6 months or 1 year from the life of the student. If you so from day one you already have something, but you of course have then the freedom to do the design, of course, with your young brain power. But the thing is, if some of these in a reserved list by our rector and our mechanism are reserved for industry, then they will see this as, let's say, in blue code. The remaining ones would be in orange code, and it doesn't matter. So the student has the freedom to go either to those or to these, and this will not be a conflict because we will be sort of foreseeing them from day one. Is it what you were asking for?
Yes, I think so. Perhaps we could bring this into the context of the Technopark. For example, I believe you mentioned some drug companies. I can't remember which one. Some of the big multinationals were closely involved. How will this kind of issue play out in the Technopark, where you have presumably very big investments coming from the private sector, potentially great collaborations between leading academics and private companies, but also certainly the need for academics to pursue their own, independent, curiosity-driven projects. How does this work in the context of the Technopark?
Well, first of all, it works freely, meaning that the professors who are interested in a subset of their projects to go to the Technopark will do that. Otherwise, they will be fully free to do their curiosity-driven research. So this will not be stopped. But some of them will choose to go to the Technopark in addition to their curiosity-driven. Because some of them, we will do that and we will provide mechanisms, are already like products. So the project is so beautiful to fit into the needs of an international company or something that we will already match that. We will foresee that. So it will be to the advantage of the professor to make it a product if he wishes so, but it will not stop him to do the curiosity-driven research. And this is exactly the same question that was asked a couple of weeks ago in a European context with many country research ministers sitting there, and we were discussing there. And the Danish, for instance, Minister of Research was asking exactly the same question because the problem is that the country has already financed centers to do thematic research
Yeah.
And they had academia to do the curiosity-driven research.
Mm-hmm.
And they chose to move them into the universities. And so there are these guys who do the fixed agenda.
Yeah.
And we have such a person, that Kemal Baysal, Professor Kemal Baysal. We invited him from TÜBİTAK's former center in Gebze. He's experienced in thematic research, or to deal with a goal.
Yeah.